Hello and welcome once again to the hard Brexit scenario on Football Manager 2020, where the UK has left UEFA and has left to fend for itself by, creating its own Champions League and stuff like that. You'll see later. Either way, what we're going to do today is, we've skipped to the 1st of November 2022. And we're going to see the draw for the 2022 Club World Cup to start with. So let's head over there and see what's cracking with that tournament. Now, we can see here, this is a yearly thing. I changed it from the new version. So the yearly Club World Cup obviously has 3 groups of 4, and the 3 group winners and the best runner-up go through to the semi-finals and the final. This year is back in Japan. So a normal host really for it. But Group A will see CONCACAF Champions League winners Atlanta United, Boca Juniors, who won over the Copa America or the Copa Sudamericana or the Copa Libertadores, Real Madrid, the Champions League winners, and Team Wellington, the winners of the O-League. In Group B, Al Sadd, who I believe won the AFC Champions League, Chelsea, winners of the Brexit Champions League, Pyramids, who I believe won the AFC Confederations Cup, and Supersport United, the winners of the CAF Confederations Cup, and the CAF Champions League. So the 2 African teams drawn in the same group. Plus we've got Atletico Madrid, who were the runners up in the Champions League. Apologies there, that was a message if it did pick up. Al Arabi, who won the AFC Confederations Cup, AC Milan, the Europa League winners, and River Plate, the other winners of the Copa Sudamericana or Copa Libertadores. So an exciting tournament, looking forward to being happening in December. And we'll see who wins that next time we join you, which will be at the start of 2023. Deep into the future, if you will. Might as well have a quick look at the Champions Leagues and see how those are going, starting with the Brexit Champions League. We'll go and have a look at the current group standings. There's a couple of games left to play through November, possibly at the start of December. Group A looks as follows, with Everton and Lincoln both on 16 points at the top. Everton leading the way on goal difference, 1 goal better off, both with 20 goals scored, both 6-0 win over Lakers. I think they've both beaten FC Lakers 6-0, who are languishing down there at the bottom. Group B, Norwich City, they are top by 3 points ahead of Swansea City. Gillingham in third, 1 point behind Swansea. In Group C, Peterborough United are top. They are 3 points clear of Leicester City, but Leicester City do have a game in hand, although Peterborough still have a better goal difference, or that could all change. Although Leicester did lose to Hereford, who are in third place, but 6 points behind Leicester. Group D, we have our first qualifier, Bournemouth. They have qualified. They are 8 points clear of second place, Queen of the South. They've only got 11 points at the moment. Then they're going to need to buck their ideas up if they hope to qualify to the second round. Group E, another qualifier, Bristol City. They are 11 points clear of Yeovil and Truro in second and third respectively. Amazingly, Ueno Island not bottom, ahead of Newry City. Beating Newry City, although Newry City beat Ueno Island themselves. Ueno Island just have a better goal difference. Can they finish above the Northern Irish team? You never know. Group F, another qualifier, Arsenal. That one's not too surprising. They have a 9-point gap at the top over second place and third place Dundee and MK Dons. A decent amount of wins there, all 100% record. Group G, Watford, they're not through yet. They have 14 points. They're top on goal difference ahead of Kilmarnock, also on 14 points. There's a 2-goal swing between the two sides there. Group H, Stoke City top, 3 points ahead of Southend United, with 18 points to their 15. And there's a big gap between them and third. Group I, Southampton are top. They have 15 points, but they're only top by 12 goals, but that's on goal difference ahead of Swindon Town. Both of them on the same point. Southampton, though, have 2 6-0 wins over Full Physic and Ballymena that are keeping them at the top, really. Group J, another qualifier. Manchester City, another not surprising qualifier, really. They have a 100% record, 21 points, and are 9 points clear of second place St Mirren. And St Mirren are looking in a good good, looking good to get through ahead of Cardiff and Newport, both of them on 7 points each. Enclave not doing too well, not scored a goal yet, and conceded 20. Group K, Burnley, they've qualified. They've got the same record as Man City pretty much, except I'm guessing they've not scored as many. In fact, they've scored more. I'm wrong. Says it all about me, really. They have 21 points, but they are only 6 points ahead of Aberdeen in second. Aberdeen looking very good for a qualifying position. Stratford, impressively, 9 points out of a possible 18 so far. They've got wins over Douglas and Coleraine, although they can't beat the two bigger teams in the group, Burnley and Aberdeen. Group L, joint top. Goal difference only separates Newcastle and Crewe. Newcastle with a 17 goal difference, Crewe with 11, but both on 14 points. And then there's a big gap between them and third and fourth placed Kidderminster and Linfield. Group M, Derby County are top, 19 points, 6 points ahead of Oxford United in second, but Oxford do have a game in hand and can hopefully, for them, confirm themselves a place in the second round. Group N, Shrewsbury Town are top on goal difference, 1 goal ahead of Luton, both teams on 15 points. Group O, Reading, they are top, 21 points, 100% record, but they're not through yet. Ross County only 6 points behind them in second place. Group P, Celtic 14 points, Aston Villa 13 points, Motherwell 12 points, Alloa Athletic not impressing on their debut Brexit Champions League season. And finally in Group Q, Huddersfield Town are top by 1 point ahead of Brighton from 16 points to 15 points, then St Johnstone 5 points behind Brighton in third. So that's your Brexit Champions League news. In the Empire League, we'll have a quick look at that. Group A, Hearts are top, 1 point ahead of Ebbsfleet. Group B, Crawley 3 points clear of Sunderland and Barwell. Group C, Cambridge are top on goals scored even. They've both got the same goal difference and points, them and Wycombe Wanderers, but Cambridge lead the way so far. Group D, Rangers have qualified. They have a 8-point lead over Hamilton in second, and will be playing in the second round soon. Group E, Nottingham Forest will be joining them. They have 21 points to second place Burton's 12, and third place Ards is 10. Group F, Hartlepool, another team that have qualified. They've got 21 points. Second and third, Vale of Leven and Leamington. They've both got 12 points each. They need to get wins on the board. More wins on the board in order to join Hartlepool in the next round. And Group G, it's a similar situation with Dundee with a 100% record, 21 points. Crusaders and Larne both on 12 points behind them. Dundee United have already qualified. Group H, Colchester are top, 6 points clear of Ayr United. While in Group I, Wolverhampton Wanderers, 100% record, 18 points, 2 points clear of Macclesfield Town, who've played a game extra. Group J, and Carlisle, they've played all of their matches now and won 7 of them. But they're not through yet. They've got 21 points. But Morton, with 2 games in hand, are only 6 points behind them. But the goal difference, there'd have to be a big goal swing in order for Morton to qualify automatically. Group K, Falkirk are top, 5 points clear of Inverness, Caledonian Thistle. While in Group L, Chesterfield, top on goals scored. They've got 18 points, as do Sheffield United. They've got 19 goal difference, as do Sheffield United, but they've scored 3 goals more. In Group M, we've got another qualifier, Manchester United, not surprising, much like in the other one, the Manchester teams impressing. 7 wins out of 7, 32 goals scored, and that includes a 10-0 win over Lisbon United, who are dead last at the moment. Stevenage is second on 15. In Group N, Chelsea, they're not through yet. They do have a 100% record, but they are only 3 points clear of Bristol Rovers in second. Group O, Liverpool, they're through. 21 points, 100% record. They are a full 9 points ahead of second and third, TNS and Dorking, both on 12 points. Group P, Blackburn Rovers, another team that's made it through already. They've got 19 points compared to Torquay United's 11 in second place. And finally in Group Q, Grimsby are top, 6 points clear of Portsmouth, but Portsmouth have a game in hand. And is one of them against Grimsby? Yes. So if they win one and then beat Grimsby in the other one, they will go through, I imagine, because the goal difference is only 2. The difference between the goal differences is only 2. In the actual Champions League, have a quick look there and see how that is going. I believe they only have one game left. There we go. So Group A, Bayer Leverkusen already through with Hapoel Beersheva in second at the moment. Group B, Valencia and Inter Milan are both already through. Group C, Porto and Bayern Munich currently in the qualifying spaces, but Real Madrid are on equal points with Bayern Munich. And are they against each other in the final game? No. So both teams could still go through should results go their way. Group D, PSG, they're already through. That was expected. They're not in a very hard group this season. Fenerbahce are in the driving seat for the second spot. Group E, Barcelona, same situation as PSG. They've got an easy group and they are steamrolling it, scoring 16 goals, only conceding one so far, maximum points. Doxa Katokopias could go through in second spot. You never know. Group F, both teams already through, Benfica and Panathinaikos. Group G, Lyon are through, Hertha Berlin could join them in the next round. They're currently in second, but Red Star only 3 points behind them. Dynamo Zagreb definitely out. In Group H, the one of the two groups of death, Atletico Madrid, they are already through. They'll be joined by Juventus or Borussia Dortmund. More than likely Juventus, looking at the goal difference and points. Juventus, in fact, it's going to be between that final match. So if Borussia Dortmund can get a win, they'll go through. But if not, Juventus will be in the next round. In the Europa League, Group A, Sporting Lisbon and Marseille, top, both already through, first and second. Group B, Hoffenheim are through, Getafe 1 point ahead of Feyenoord, and they're 1 point ahead of Maritimo. Anyone could go through in second place there. Group C, Napoli, they've got a 100% record and are through. Ghent or PAOK will join them in the next round. Group D, Zenit St. Petersburg, another one that's already through with a game to spare. And it's a similar situation with an earlier group with Freiburg, Zelina and Hajduk with just 2 points separating those three teams. Any of those three can join Zenit in the next round. Group E, both qualifiers already decided. Eibar and Galatasaray. Same in Group F with Lazio and Bilbao making it through. Group G, nothing is decided yet with AC Milan and Spartak Moscow and Dynamo Kiev all vying for the top two spaces. Slovan Bratislava, you're out, I'm afraid. Group H, Rennes and Young Boys both already through. Kaiser of Kazakhstan and Maccabi Haifa already out. Finally, in the Europa Conference League or Euro Cup 2, whatever you wish to call it. Group A, Tobler and Utrecht are currently in the top two spots, but Olympiacos could overtake them in the final match day, so nothing is decided there. Group B, Torino and Werder Bremen, unsurprisingly, both already through. Group C, Deportivo La Coruña already through. That's not a big surprise. Siroki Brieg could be joining them. They're on 7 points, but Sarpsborg and Grasshoppers can both catch Siroki Brieg, depending on the goal swing in the final games. Group D, Trnava of Slovakia are already through. They could be joined by Željeznica or Ermis Aradipu in the second round. Group E, no one's through. Arsenal Tula, Uzpest and Universitatea Craiova all vying for those top two spots. Group F, Trabzonspor are through, and Jagiellona could be through as well. They've got 10 points, 3 points clear of Maccabi Tel Aviv, and they're playing each other in the final game, I believe. No, they're not. No, in fact, Maccabi Tel Aviv have bottom of the table Slutsk in the final game. Jagiellona have to beat Trabzonspor or get a point against Trabzonspor, which seems a lot more manageable. Group G, FK Austria, Vienna and Alexandria already through, both on 12 points. And finally in Group H, another group where both teams already through. Vitoria Guimarães and Slavia Prague both qualifying for the next round. We'll have a look at, we're going to quickly look at one that has already finished. The British Antarctic Territory. We forgot to have a look at it early last time, but we can look at it now. We can see that in the group stage, the Reds came top, Greens second. A bit of a distance between Reds and Greens, which gives the final result a bit more of a surprising one. But Reds and Greens went through to the final, Yellows and Blues missing out this year. And in the final, the Greens beat the Reds 2-1 after extra time. So despite the Reds having a 7-point lead, well, it's more of a 9-point lead, in fact. 9-point lead at the top. Greens beat them in the final and took the title. Played at the Bellboys Stadium in St Helena. So an interesting result there, if that's something you care about. So let's have a look at the important ones in Scotland. So in Glasgow, Celtic and Rangers, they are a bit behind at the moment because they have 4 games in hand, unlike Partick Thistle and Dumbarton, who are both first and second with 42 points and 40 points respectively, but they will get overtaken by Celtic and Rangers more than likely by the end of the season. But it might take the entire season to do it. You never know. Over in Wales, the 2 big ones there, South Glamorgan. No problems for Cardiff so far. 11 wins out of 11. Only one goal conceded. 33 points, and decent results all round really for Cardiff. Barry Town United still within touching distance so far, but they've played a game more and are 5 points behind, so maybe not so much. What about in West Glamorgan? Swansea City, top of the league, despite having 4 or 5 games in hand. They have 33 points after 11 games, and that's already 4 more than Afan Lido in second, who have played 4 more matches. So not good news for the rest of West Glamorgan, really. England, we'll have a look at their divisions. We can see here that in Bedfordshire, Luton are top by 4 points ahead of Leighton in second. Biggleswade not far behind them, and Biggleswade Town not far behind them. And in fact, there's between third and ninth, there's not too much distance between them. Biggleswade seem to have the same badge as Biggleswade Town. Bit weird. Berkshire Premier Division. Reading, they're top of the league by 4 points. This is everything is playing to form at the moment. Considering these teams have bought a lot of big players, it's not too surprising. In Bristol and Gloucestershire, Bristol City top by 4 points, but they have lost a match to Forest Green. Forest Green in second place with a game in hand. That game in hand will only get them 29 points though, but they're unbeaten and they could overtake them eventually. You never know. Bristol Rovers in third, only a point behind Forest Green as well. Buckinghamshire, MK Dons are top on goal difference ahead of Wycombe Wanderers. 6 points the difference between those goal differences. So MK Dons not doing too badly. Wycombe not doing too badly either. And Chesham United, 5 points behind those teams. Cambridgeshire, and here's a surprising one for you, because there's a team that's intruding on the big 2. So Peterborough, they're top, 100% record, not too surprising. But Cambridge United, the usual second place team, are in third. And there's no games in hand. Because Peterborough North Star have overtaken them into second place and are 4 points ahead of them. Now, North Star have lost to Cambridge, but Cambridge have lost to Peterborough, and also dropped points against Histon and Whittlesea. Things are going against the norm. Also, Peterborough Sports are equal on points with Cambridge, so we could have 3 Peterborough teams at the top instead of just the 2, or instead of just the 1, and Cambridge behind them. Cheshire Crew are top, 5 points clear of Macclesfield and Chester, both on equal points in second and third place. So nothing to shout about there. Cornwall, Truro, already 11 points clear at the top. That'll be due to some of that big money they spent during the transfer window, I imagine. Bodmin, a distant second place with 22 points. Cumbria, Barrow and Carlisle, they're joint top. Barrow haven't opened up the gap they did last season. That might be because Carlisle have replaced Tim Sherwood as manager. Possibly a very good idea there. In Derbyshire, Chesterfield are top, 3 points ahead of Derby County. Another bit of a surprise here, because Derby are normally the perennial top teams, but they've been defeated by Chesterfield, and Chesterfield now have a 3-point lead at the top. Devon, Plymouth Argyle, 3 points clear of Torquay United, who themselves are 2 points clear of Exeter City, and then there's a gap between the rest. Dorset, Bournemouth, 100% record, 40 goals scored, 0 conceded, 5 points clear of Weymouth in second. Going to the north. Not all of them are having upsets at the moment. Durham, Hartlepool are joint top with Spennymoor at the moment. That one's only separated by goal difference, but it's a big goal difference, 9 goals swing there. Thornaby in third, Stockton fourth. Darlington, the reigning champions, down in fifth and no games in hand. So that's bit of a surprising one for me, anyway. In Essex, Southend are top by 5 points. Not 100% record, but they are still unbeaten. 5 points clear of Braintree, though, in second, and Colchester in third. Another one where we could be seeing one of the more established teams get overtaken by the upper tier non-league sides. You never know. Greater London. Here it's looking a little bit weird because Chelsea top, that one's not looking too weird, but they've got a 100% record so far, so a great season so far for Chelsea, including a 6-1 win against Dulwich Hamlet in the last game. But second place currently is Brentford, who have 32 points compared to Spurs in third on 30 and Arsenal in fourth, also on 30. Crystal Palace fifth, West Ham sixth, Fulham. Yes, so a surprising second spot there. Brentford, if they can hold that place for the rest of the season, we could be seeing a new team in the Empire League next season. Although realistically, will they keep hold of that second spot? We'll have to find out in a few episodes' time. And Met Police, they're back, but they're bottom, unfortunately. In Greater Manchester, this one is weird. So Manchester United top, 100% record, not too weird. Second place, not Manchester City, it's Oldham Athletic a second on 33 points. Oldham Athletic have beaten Manchester City. No, they haven't. They've lost to Manchester City 3-0, but they are still ahead of Manchester City. 3 points clear, in fact, and no games in hand. Man City losing to Man U and Wigan Athletic, who are themselves in fourth. This is it's starting to get a bit weird in Greater Manchester. In Hampshire and the Isle of Wight, Southampton top, 6 points clear of Portsmouth in second. They have a 2-point gap between them and Eastleigh in third. Aldershot down in fourth alongside Moneyfields, both on 24 points. Herefordshire, this might be the earliest title win so far. They have 36 points. They're already 21 points clear of Pegasus Juniors. You never know, they might even be able to do it before the next episode. They probably won't, but Hereford are going to win the Herefordshire Premier. I'm not having a good day today. Herefordshire Premier Division. And they're going to do it in style from the looks of things. Hertfordshire and Watford are top on goal difference, 11 goals the difference between them and Stevenage in second. Both teams are on 36 points, with a 8-point gap between them and third place Hemel Hempstead. Kent, Gillingham top by 4 points ahead of Ebbsfleet, while in Lancashire, Blackburn are top. Burnley have faltered a little this season. They've won it the last 2 seasons after Blackburn won it the first season, but Burnley have dropped off, losing 2 games already against Preston and... Oh no, that's the draws, my apologies. Against Blackburn and Preston. Blackburn are the team have drawn 2 games against Preston and Barnoldswick, dropping points against... 10th place Barnoldswick, Blackburn. That's not too good. Preston with some impressive results, but they're down in third, and Accrington in fourth. In Leicestershire and Rutland, this one was to be expected. Leicester, top of the league, 13 wins out of 13, 39 points, and 5 points clear of Colville in second. Second place from last season, Barwell, they're down in fifth despite spending a little bit. I think them and Colville both spent well in the summer. In Lincolnshire, Lincoln top, 4 points ahead of Grimsby Town. Scunthorpe in third, a point behind Grimsby. And Boston and Gainsborough both in fourth and fifth, respectively. Merseyside, Liverpool have regained their place at the top so far, 12 matches in, and they have a 100% record. Everton, they don't. They have lost to the former champions, the reigning champions being beat 2-0 at Anfield by Liverpool. So there's a 3-point gap between them and Everton and Tranmere. Tranmere also on the same record as Everton so far, only losing 1 match against Everton, but they've yet to play Liverpool. In Norfolk, Norwich City are top on goal difference, ahead of Kings Lynn in second, both on 30 points, but Norwich have a 6-goal swing over Kings Lynn and a game in hand. Not forgetting that, Kings Lynn's only defeat being against top of the table Norwich. Northamptonshire, led by Northampton Town. They are 2 points clear of Kettering, who are 1 point clear of Brackley, who are 3 points clear of Corby, and so on and so forth. Northumberland, reigning champions Tweedmouth are top. They have a 3-point lead over Blythe Spartans, a team who have yet to win it. And you never know, they could overtake Tweedmouth in the end, but at the moment it's the reigning champions doing the business. Nottinghamshire, And Nottingham Forest, they have regained top spot so far, just like Liverpool after losing their title last season to Mansfield. They've now built up a 4-point lead over Mansfield, and you never know, could win their title once again. Notts County in third on 29 points. Oxfordshire is led by Oxford United, although only on goal difference. They've got a 10-goal swing over Them United, but both teams have 42 points, although Oxford United do have 2 games in hand. Oxford City are only 2 points behind those two teams on 40 points. Then, if we move over to Shropshire, Shrewsbury Town are top. They've won every season so far, so it's not too surprising that they are top. But they have played a game extra over second and third TNS and ASC Telford, who are on 30 points and 24 points respectively. So that game in hand won't really make too much of a difference, if I'm honest. In Somerset, Yeovil Town are top. They have 3 points over Paulton Rovers. No games in hand. Yeovil just doing better so far. Weston-super-Mare a little bit behind Paulton in third. Staffordshire, Stoke City are top. Only a point, though, ahead of Burton Albion, and they are themselves 4 points clear of third and fourth, Port Vale and Tamworth, respectively. In Suffolk, Ipswich are top, 2 points ahead of AFC Sudbury. I want to know if their big new signing has made much headway. So let's have a look and just see if their big signing... Callum Ferrenbach, the £66 million man, how has he done so far? 6 appearances, 4 goals. Yeah, that's pretty much decent. Although 5 of those appearances have been off the bench, so he scored 4 goals while mostly coming off the bench. So were Ipswich right to splash the cash in him? We'll find out later and see how they do in the Champions League, because that's where they're going to need the big players. In Surrey, Woking are top, 4 points ahead of Leatherhead. Not too surprising there. Although Woking have dropped points in 3 matches already, drawing with Merstham Staines and Walton Casuals. Really not having a good day today, apparently. I'm just mispronouncing everything. Staines are in third and Walton Casuals are in fourth, so they've drawn with a couple of the teams surrounding them. Sussex, Brighton and Hove Albion, 2 points ahead of Crawley Town, although Brighton do still have a 100% record. Crawley have just dropped points in one game, and that was a draw with Horsham, who are at 4th place, joint with 3rd place Eastbourne Borough. They're just behind them on goals scored, it seems. Tyne and Wear, Newcastle, top of the league, joint top in fact, only leading by 1 goal. Goal difference ahead of Sunderland, both on 37 points. I'm taking a rough guess that I know they both have just drawn with Gateshead, so they've yet to play each other. But at the moment, it's the usual top 5 of Newcastle, Sunderland, Gateshead, and then the 2 Shields with Hebburn just behind them. Warwickshire, Stratford are top already. They have 34 points, 3 points more than Nuneaton Borough. They're frustrating Nuneaton once again. 34 to 31. Leamington, 3 points behind them. It just seems to be 3-point increments between 1 and 4 each time. West Midlands, West Brom, top of the league, looking to win their 2nd title. They have 39 points to 2nd place Birmingham's 37. Aston Villa, the reigning champions, in 3rd on 36, while Wolverhampton Wanderers are 4th on 33. Then Coventry, Walsall, Solihull. Wiltshire, Swindon Supermarine are top. No games in hand. They're just top on goal difference, ahead of Swindon Town. They've lost 1 match to Salisbury, but so have Swindon. Swindon have lost to Chippenham. Could we be seeing the end of one of our dominant teams? You never know. Could Swindon Supermarine's time be upon us? In Worcestershire, Kidderminster, they are not going to lose their advantage just yet. Their dominance is going to continue for the time being. They have a 7-point lead over Alvechurch already, with Redditch in 3rd. And finally, in Yorkshire, Huddersfield Town, the reigning champions, they had 33 points, 2 points more than 2nd place Leeds and 3rd place Rotherham, who themselves have 2 points more than 4th place Hull and 5th place Barnsley, who themselves have 2 points more than 6th place Middlesbrough, and there's increments of 2 between all the groups anyway. So that is all of the English seasons. There's no point looking at the cups just yet, because if we were to look at the FA Cup, you'll see that there's a lot of matches at the moment. They're on the fourth round, but there's a lot of matches. We'll have a look at that more in the next video. So we'll keep it short here, just keep it at the half an hour for the time being. So until the next time, why don't you like, subscribe, and rock on? Yay!